a nice place to start for Balliol and Wolfson.
And we're away for men's Division 1 top pace this year. Looks to be a flying start there from Christchurch, coming straight up, attacking St Catherine's, as perhaps we expected.
It is, although they've had to have the rudder on very hard there, which really isn't what they would have wanted. That's probably cost them a couple of feet at the minimum, just by having to straighten out that much off the start. Decent start there from Balliol. They seem to be pulling away from Wolfson already, maybe making inroads onto Teddy Hall. I'd be surprised if they caught them, but they're having a good go of it. And Trinity are definitely closing on Wolfson. That's down to under 3/4 of a length, I'd say now. Yeah. Fantastic start there from Trinity. Wolfson are really not having a good week.
No, it'll be disappointing for the Wolfson crew there, who look like they're going to get caught by Trinity either before or just after Donnybridge. But it's going to be a quick end.
They're getting up into their stride. I think they might make it certainly into the gut, if not quite to the exit of it. We see the top four crews there. It looks pretty much where they started. I don't think there's much different from a length and a half between any of those. Christchurch pulling away a little bit from St Edmund Hall, which might be a bit disappointing, actually. They probably wanted the pressure from Teddy Hall to help push them. Christchurch taking a bit too much of that corner for my liking. They really want to straight line that bay. It's not, in such low stream conditions, it's not worth turning left and going into that bay. You just want to get off the rudder. Wolfson hitting their stride now, might be starting to pull away from Trinity, though. Trinity certainly taking a wider line through around the first corner. But they have definitely pulled away from Keeble.
Yeah, definitely possible. I spoke too soon on the Wolfson Trinity battle that we've got unfolding there.
And Balliol also taking not what I would say the best line, heading a long way towards that little bay, and then they're going to have to get hard on the rudder left to get round the gut. As we come out the gut, we see that's St Catherine's. So Christchurch have closed up a bit on St Catherine's, but not a lot. Christchurch definitely taking a tighter line. St Catherine's a little bit wide as they come out onto the green bank. But there's still maybe just under a length of clear water between St Catherine's and Christchurch. Although I say that, Christchurch now running quite wide as they come out of the gut. So a better line in, but not quite such a nice line out. Nothing much happening down the back of the division. It certainly looks like Wolfson are now pulling away. In fact, Wolfson are now closing on Balliol, it looks like.
How the tables turn, indeed. Yeah, Wolfson just need to be squeezing up on Balliol there. Balliol perhaps looking a little bit flustered by that sudden change of events.
That's a fantastic push from Wolfson as they come out of the gut. They're down to less than half a length now. They can keep this push going all the way along the green bank. I mean, Balliol really need to respond to this now if they don't want to get caught. They have to walk away from them as they come up the green bank, otherwise they're going to struggle. And we go up to camera 4 on the bow-hand side, and we see Oriel rowing very comfortably. It looks like still about a length and a half clear of Pembroke. Pembroke still a length and a half or so clear of St Catherine's. So St Catherine's staying in the fight with these top two crews. They're not letting them get away. They are keeping them honest.
Yeah, absolutely impressive work there from St Catherine's, but I don't think we're going to see any change here, bar a catastrophic event at the top end.
No, nothing at the top end, but it would be interesting to try and stick with Balliol and Wolfson, because I think that might be getting quite close as they come up onto Boathouse Island. Wolfson will be getting the cheer first as they pass their boathouse, their women getting ready to race. The same for Balliol a little further up the river. So it would be really nice if we could pan left and see what's going on with those crews a little bit further back.
Yeah, definitely most of these leading three crews looking fairly comfortable. Not too flustered at all, as you'd expect from crews that have decent amounts of water between them, probably a length and a half. Not much has changed since the beginning of this race.
No, those top three are definitely going to row over. In fact, St Catherine's starting to pull away from Christchurch now. It looks like Christchurch might just be flagging a little bit, which is quite surprising, actually. They looked very, very strong on Tuesday, but the last 2 days, they haven't been able to make any inroads.
Yeah, it could be that on that first day, Christchurch just went all in, which obviously paid off on that first day of racing. But it's definitely sapped it out the legs over the last couple of days.
We see a big gap there between Christchurch and St Edmund Hall. So St Edmund Hall probably 4 or 5 lengths now down on Christchurch. So that there is quite a world of difference between the top 4 and the rest of the division, it looks like, as we see Balliol coming into shot. Now let's see, where are Wolfson? And they are, I'd say, about a third of a length back. So Wolfson aren't going to make it, I don't think, unless Balliol managed to do something wrong. But and we see Trinity have dropped back a long way from Wolfson, so they clear. And Keeble are right on Trinity. Oh, my goodness. And Trinity are running away. Trinity crossing the river. Now, this is the sort of action we like. And a concession. Well done to Keeble. They managed to catch Trinity. Now that was a surprise, and Trinity left it so late. They're now getting slowed down quite badly. So Trinity are going to want to get themselves straight. Hope Magdalen aren't too close behind, otherwise they're going to get caught now. So let's see if Trinity can get themselves going again.
Yeah, interesting to see if the camera pans back a little bit where Magdalen are in this race, whether they've resigned themselves too early to not having a bump. They could definitely capitalise on this little scrap that Keeble and Trinity have had, which is
yeah, we see Trinity have got themselves going again and being on the far. They're not going too hard, which suggests that Magdalen aren't that close. But being all the way on that side of the river means that even if Magdalen were close, they'd have to do something quite special to go and catch them. So I think Trinity is going to have a fairly steady road to the finish from here, which suggests Magdalen are a long way back. Well, some action there towards the back of the division, not the crews we were expecting, but well done to Keeble, moving their way, securing their space a little bit higher in Men's Division 1. And like I say, quite a surprise from Trinity. They've looked very strong all week. They've had 2 row overs, and now they managed to hold off Keeble yesterday, but not today. Keeble clearly figured out where they were weakest and exploited that difference, as we see Magdalen now coming into shot. And Magdalen do appear to have wound down a little bit, I guess because the rest of the field has crossed the finish line. There's no point working too hard now. They know they have to row over again at the head of Men's 2 tomorrow, so might as well take a gentle paddle rather than expending too much extra energy.